For joining us on a picture-perfect Sunday night for some NBA on 2K Sports. Brian Anderson here alongside Grant Hill and Richard Jefferson with Allie LaForce joining us from the floor. So the opening lineup for the Timberwolves, DiVincenzo and Edwards are the backcourt. Naz Reid out there with Miller, and it's Anunoby in at the 3 slot. And for the Kings, the vet pair on the wings with Levine at the 2, DeRozan at the 3. Murray out there with Drew Eubanks. And it's Westbrook in at the point guard position. Looking at these teams tonight, Richard, they are half-court teams, tend to grind out possessions.
Oh, it's old school basketball, as they like to say. And it's not the high-flying offenses we're used to seeing. Both teams like to slow it down.
Now here's Westbrook. DeRozan right side. Back to Murray. Down to 5 on the shot clock. For 3, Westbrook. Reid with the rebound. DiVincenzo driving. Count that one.
He just makes it look so easy on offense. Like, who takes pleasure in torturing defenses? He does.
Now here's DeRozan. Here's Westbrook. Not enough on that one as it misses. Now DiVincenzo. Reid to screen on Westbrook. Down low. In close. And Reid with a basket on the assist by DiVincenzo.
That is a perfect placement of that dime. Just guided it right to him.
A chance here to catch up with Allie from the sideline.
I had a chance to catch up with Sacramento's head coach. Coach and I talked about the difficulties playing against Anthony Edwards. He said, quote, usually you worry about his offense, but he's shown the last few years that he's a lockdown defender when he wants to be. That's something that we'll need to factor into our game plan. Ant's defense is now a concern for coaches as well. Brian?
Good job there, Allie. Thanks. And how about that replay? Man, you got to appreciate the hustle on defense.
That'll put some fear into the shooters, and he made sure to do it early, too.
Now here's Levine, coming in off 12 points in his last outing. From the arc.
Oh, okay, we're going to start the game with 4 straight misses. Look, that's about as rough as it gets. It'll get going soon.
Outside Edwards. Inside. Ooh, nice shot by Miller.
Yeah, great play from Edwards off the pick and roll. Moving the ball around and get another guy a shot.
Sacramento has gone 0 for 2 from outside.
With the explosive leaping ability, he's able to play center despite being undersized.
For Minnesota, they've gone 3 of 3 so far from the floor. You know, RJ, the roster for the Kings shifting since last season's trade deadline, but still plenty of talent.
Yeah, in particular, the Fox for Levine trade has them stocked with wings. And if you looked at the NBA Finals, both teams were loaded.
Here's Eubanks. After the Timberwolves picking up a basket a moment ago. Murray passes to Westbrook. Now DeRozan. Sacramento passing it around. To the middle. Shot clock at 5. And a little over 2.5 minutes gone here in the first. Reid to screen on Levine. Here's Edwards. And Edwards slams it in.
And one of the stronger finishers in this game, Anthony Edwards at his best.
Kings trail by 8. Westbrook outside. It's rebounded by Minnesota. They defeated Utah in their last game.
I found it was an interesting game. Anything they couldn't get from their starters, they got from their reserves.
For a number of reasons, depth seems to become more important every year.
Reid can't hit. The Kings have gone only 1 of 6 so far. Stolen by Miller. Fast break, Minnesota. And here's Edwards outside. Can't get a second shot to fall. Now 1 of 2. For 3, Westbrook. Oh, and that miss makes him 0 for 4. Not a great start.
He's giving his all, but you can't force yourself back on track.
DiVincenzo pass to Reid. Laid it in with a nice touch off the window. And that's now 6 points here for Naz Reid.
They're really working the paint now.
And so now a timeout called by Doug Christie. And we might see some changes. Coach potentially looking to adjust. A quick break, and we look at our 2K leaderboard for three-point shooting last season. The fourth spot held by Minnesota.
That kind of efficiency from range is generally an indicator of a dominant offense.
And so it's Westbrook who will bring it up for Sacramento. It's a 10-point game. Last game matched up with the Thunder. Tough loss there.
Defensively, they weren't up to the task. Didn't play as a cohesive unit, and it really hurt them.
Boy, they looked like they were asleep on that end of the floor. No one was talking. No one was paying attention. It was rough.
Now here's Ball. Outside Edwards. Just 5 on the clock. And Edwards slams it in.
Building a big advantage early with a terrific all-around performance.
They got off to such a hot start, and that can keep you energized throughout the whole game.
And there's the call on Lonzo Ball. That's his first foul. Murray passes to Westbrook. Here's Eubanks. And down it goes. Jam that one home.
Even at this stage of his career, Westbrook is still a skilled playmaker in this league.
They set the pick, and it's Ball off the drive. And Ball throws it down.
They've controlled the paint so far. That's been the difference.
It also allows them to play inside out, which will make them even more difficult to defend.
Minnesota with the ball. They're on a 16-4 run. To the paint. Nice start for him. Sinking his first shot.
Boy, I like their energy coming in. Terrific execution so far.
Couldn't come up with a much better start than this. They just have to keep it going.
From deep. And Levine gets it to go on the assist by Westbrook. Westbrook's got 3 assists tonight.
How about the confidence that Levine has? Feels like he can take these shots whenever he wants to.
Now here's Edwards. 14 points for him last game against Utah.
And he didn't just create offense for himself. He did a tremendous job of setting up his teammates as well.
All right, a look at how the points have been generated so far. A scoring breakdown for the Timberwolves.
Well, they're off to a good start, getting it inside and scoring at close range. Solid fundamentals so far in this one.
And, of course, taking it inside, always a great game plan. And I'm curious if there'll be an adjustment from the defensive end. Maybe sag off some shooters a little.
Now here's Monk. Not a good performance from him in that loss to Oklahoma City. Oh, stolen by Anunoby. Monk with a steal. Pass to Westbrook. Outside Murray. Now here's DeRozan. Anunoby covering. There's the block.
You're protecting the paint. OG Anunoby, a menace on defense. They've been the more poised team tonight, and the score reflects that.
And it's because they're not playing in a rush. They're just letting their shots come naturally within the flow of the offense.
Now here's DeRozan. Yet to see a basket. Pass to Simmons. And here's DeRozan. And another miss by Sacramento.
And the shooter had very little space on that attempt.
I'm sure they'll think twice about shooting against him next time.
Outside Anunoby. Reed passes to Ball. Reed to screen on Westbrook. 6 to shoot. And it's Ball off the drive. Gets a hand on it. Reed, good. Reed's got 8.
They're finding ways to get the ball into the paint. 5 consecutive buckets.
Kings trail by 18. Pass to DeRozan. And that's a foul called on OG Anunoby. That's his first foul. Achua's checked in for Russell Westbrook. Miller's checked in for the Timberwolves. DiVincenzo comes in for Ball. DeRozan outside. Sacramento passing it around. Achua with a screen on DiVincenzo. They need this. Achua with the dunk.
Just playing with the defense. That vision from Simmons is hard to stop.
The Timberwolves lead by 16. Reed, a screen on Simmons. DiVincenzo, pass to Reed. Oh, and there's the whistle on the shot. So 2 free throws for him coming up. Grant, this season seems to be off to a strong start. Teams are coming together pretty quickly.
You know, B.A., what other choice is there? The competition is fierce in this league, so it's sink or swim right away the moment the season starts.
First one falls for him. And Sacramento with some changes. Saric comes in for Murray, and Clark has subbed in for DeMar DeRozan. And so Reed nails them both. Kings trail by 18. Achua with the dunk.
At 6'10", Simmons sees the entire floor at all times.
1:51 left in the first quarter of the game. Edwards with it. 9 points in the game. Achua with a steal. Clark, the pass to Achua. Achua with the dunk.
And that's what happens when you don't take care of the ball.
Hey, that makes the turnover hurt even more.
We know mistakes lead to breaks. That's just textbook right there.
Reed can't hit.
Fantastic defense, giving full effort.
Pass to Saric. There's the three. Reed with the rebound. Reed's got rebound number 5 here tonight. And Chris Finch wants a timeout. He's going to talk it over with his guys. And Sacramento with some changes. Levine, he's checked in for Clark, and it's Carter in for Saric. And then for Minnesota, Love is checked in for Reed. Juzang comes in for Miller, and it's Lonzo Ball in for Anthony Edwards. Pass to Love. Here's Juzang. He's covered by Levine. 5 on the clock. Here's Alvarado. Ooh, once again, off the mark by Minnesota. And Simmons has got the ball here for Sacramento. They trail by 14. Levine passes to Achua. Off the mark there with a 3.
That was a good possession. They got a clean look. The shot just didn't fall.
Alvarado outside. To the wing on the left. Love for 3. Nice start for him. Sinking his first shot.
Defense simply can't allow Love to find these looks. He won't think twice about letting it fly at the arc.
Here's Juzang. And that one is hammered home.
And I think that play tells you everything you need to know. They're simply playing at a higher level, getting a steal and turning it into quick points.
And an overpowering first quarter effort. Already a double-digit advantage. Timberwolves ahead, up 19. And we'll bring you the start of quarter number 2 when we return. And so far through one quarter, it's been a lopsided game. We'll see if that changes here in the second. Well, guys, we've seen a confident-looking Timberwolves team out there.
Great offensive energy in that period. They're clearly on a mission.
Can they keep up the pace? Who knows, but they're already in a great position to win this one.
Monk and Levine man the backcourt. Precious Achua is out there with Ben Simmons. And it's Clifford in at the 3, the small forward. That's the 5 to begin the second quarter for the Kings.
They really have a commanding lead, not just in points, but in rebounds as well.
Alvarado, the pass to Love. That one drops for him. Love's got 5 points.
They've been very well-rounded and extremely focused.
Yeah, not just an impressive showing on offense, but on defense as well, executing their game plan perfectly.
Time now to hear from our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Well, the Kings going into last season, bringing an experienced closer in DeMar DeRozan. Domantas Sabonis said it's what we needed. More veterans. We're a young team. We all know we're good, but it never hurts to have one of those big-time NBA players on the team for confidence, for backup, for everything. Back over to you.
All right, Allie, thank you. Now here's ball. A 21-point lead, the biggest in the game. Good setup. Led him to the rack perfectly for the layup.
And they keep on figuring out ways to force the rock inside and convert.
Now approaching 2 minutes of action here in the second. Down low. Achua. Achua with the dunk.
Not just a scorer. Monk is also a quality facilitator for this team.
And here's Alvarado. No points so far. Love a screen on Monk. Alvarado, the pass to Love. Ball outside. Minnesota needs to get off a shot. And Love with the basket on the assist by Ball. Love's got 4 points this quarter.
They have no answer defensively inside.
Quarter 2 and just under 2.5 minutes gone by. Nails it from 3.
And since being drafted in 2014, LaVine has put in the work to get his three-point shot where he likes it, really upgrading that deep game.
And Chris Finch wants a timeout. He's going to take a moment to give him a breather and talk things over. Sacramento making a change here. Plowden's checked in. Some changes for Minnesota. Minnesota leading by 20. Now here's Paul. Reed, a screen on Monk. To the inside. Reed can't hit. The Kings have gone 2 of 4 here in the second quarter. Well-timed pass, and he goes straight to the bucket for the layup.
Playing bully ball inside. Simmons very effective around the rim.
Well, I'm wondering, RJ, do you think we'll see a Zach LaVine highlight dunk tonight?
Yeah, B.A., most nights we normally do. Something else also, I've come to expect shooting sprees from Zach. This man can rattle off 3 and 4 and a quarter like it's nothing.
Achua with the dunk.
One reason LaVine has been an all-star, Zach can be the playmaker or the scorer.
DeRozan is checked in for Sacramento. First trip to the free throw line for him tonight. And we're joined now by Shams Charania. He's calling in with a story. Good to have you, Shams. What's going on?
Thanks. With players signing rich extensions, highlighted by Devin Booker's 2-year, $145 million max contract, we're quickly approaching a time when so-called supermax players will be making over $1 million per game. As shocking as it sounds, the reality is that the best players are already worth more than that to their teams.
It's all about results. Thank you very much for the report, Shams. And that one's good.
It was a rough start for them scoring the ball, but they look like now they're really finding their rhythm and flow.
And Chris Finch wants a timeout. He's going to gather the troops and talk it over. And a quick check now on the teams that led the league from the charity stripe a year ago. Fourth, the Kings.
They took pride in their success at the line, and it forced opposing defenses to be very careful against them.
Reed sets a screen. DiVincenzo pass to Reed. And he banks in the layup. Reed's got 12.
Adds to their lead. They've been able to rely on him all night.
Here's Simmons. Three-pointer. Oh, a nice D from Anunoby.
Yeah, and the defense really respects his shooting ability, and they showed it with that tight coverage.
There's a screen. DiVincenzo, pass to Miller. Can't get a second shot to fall. Now 1 of 2. And it's Sacramento's ball. They're on a 12-4 run. Oh, and the jam by Simmons.
Big time flush from Simmons. You see how powerful he can be.
Murray's checked in for Sacramento. Westbrook comes in for Monk. All right, Grant, as someone who played for and managed the U.S. men's national team, give us your all-time starting 5.
And, you know, I think I'll go with 2 of the program's all-time leading scorers, Kevin Durant and Carmelo Anthony. And finally, you have to have Kobe Bryant because of just how he reset the culture in 2008.
Kings trail by 14. Outside Simmons. Back to Westbrook. Outside for LaVine. And there's the screen. Pass to Westbrook. That drops. And it comes off an assist from LaVine. LaVine's got 3 assists in the game. Here's DiVincenzo. He had a 15-point outing in their last game against Utah.
And how about the passing? We've seen this from him. He's just absolutely shredding the D to pieces right now.
Now that's how you use the screen right there.
And it leads to a thunderous finish. That was nice.
Yeah, you like the pick to set up the open shot. But when it leads to a dunk, okay, even better. You'll take it.
Now here's LaVine. 6 points for him. You know, people call DeMar DeRozan the modern master of the mid-range.
Well, he's earned that with his mid-range efficiency and scoring. It's an area a lot of offenses overlook now, but DeMar, oh, he is the exception to the rule. I like the leadership DeMar DeRozan provides for his team. He's a steady veteran presence out there on that floor. He can motivate his guys even in really tough moments.
Eubanks, he's checked in for Ben Simmons. Now here's DiVincenzo. Pass to Anunoby. Over DeRozan. Anunoby can't get it to go. And LaVine has got the ball here for the Kings. 11-point game. Next up on the schedule, the Nuggets, a home game. And they're deep into this homestand. That'll be game 4 out of 5. Now DiVincenzo to the paint. Nice assist and nice finish. Solid play all the way around. He has 6.
And trust me, when the D's slow to react, he'll be the first guy to make them pay.
Yeah, they're going to do a much better job of putting a little bit of pressure on him on his way to the hoop.
Now here's Westbrook. He had an 18-point outing in their last game against Oklahoma City. DiVincenzo with it. Checked by Murray. DiVincenzo, pass to Miller. No good with the triple. Kings trail by 13. Westbrook outside. Ooh, he took a hard foul on the shot. So he'll head to the line to shoot a pair. It's going to be on OG Anunoby.
We know he's one of the best at converting in close. Westbrook takes real pride in that.
These are his first free throws of the game.
And they seem to have taken a more heads-on approach this quarter. And it's getting them to the free throw line.
And Sacramento making a change here. Monk's checked in. The Timberwolves lead by 12. DiVincenzo with it. Miller, a screen on Westbrook. Down low. Oh, it's stolen by DeRozan. Pass to Westbrook. Back to DeRozan. Westbrook outside. Releases. Hauled in by DiVincenzo.
They're losing because he is struggling so bad, and he has not looked comfortable all game.
Now here's Miller. Fires the 3. The rebound by Eubanks. DeRozan against Anunoby. DeRozan passes to Eubanks. And the layup is good. Eubanks, he's got 6 points.
They're punishing those late defensive rotations, getting good looks inside throughout the half.
Miller, a screen on Westbrook to the middle. And Miller the bucket on the assist by DiVincenzo. And the Timberwolves lead by 12. For Sacramento, they've gotten 8 of 14 shots to drop so far in the second. DeRozan looks it over. Eubanks in the high post. Pass to Murray. Anunoby against DeRozan. And here's Westbrook from the arc. Miller pulls it in. Miller's got his 4th rebound in this one. Here is DiVincenzo. Inside. Lays it up and banks it in. Give him 8.
I mean, some good stuff out here. 5 of their last 6 buckets have come off of nice passes.
DeRozan outside. 52 seconds left in the first half of basketball. Back to Murray. Takes a 3. Rebounded by the Timberwolves. DiVincenzo's got 4 rebounds now. Oh, and he got fouled on his way up. He'll head to the line to shoot 2.
And Edwards' teammates encourage him to be aggressive because when he is, he forces the defense's hand.
And this will be a second trip to the free throw line.
Taking 2 shots.
Good on that one.
Well, we know Edwards has an impressive skill set, but what really separates him is the competitive edge that he plays with.
Reed's checked in for Minnesota. There's 37 seconds left in the first half. Kings trail by 15. They've been having major problems offensively.
Definitely in a bit of a dry spell.
Anunoby can't get it to go.
Great opportunity. Just couldn't complete the play.
And you have to feel for him. That's the kind of miss that will stick with you for a little bit.
He's finally leaving that dismal first quarter behind him. Took him a while to get going.
DiVincenzo, pass to Reed. Anunoby for 3. Nails it from beyond the arc.
3 points.
Now here's DeRozan. No good. Would have counted had it gone. And so it's Minnesota in control with a 16-point advantage heading into the break. They hold a real solid lead right now. Love their approach tonight. We'll be back in a moment.
Fans, please direct your attention to center court. And get ready for the fan half
Welcome, everybody. This game revealing a big disparity in play. What a performance so far for the Minnesota Timberwolves.
Their offense may get the credit for the lead, but they've set the tone with their rebounding.
I give it the Shaq stamp of approval. They've been the schoolyard bullies today.
All right, now, still early on, but let's check out the Western Conference standings.
I think for the Timberwolves, they didn't get the email I sent. Season has started, fellas. They look surprised they're getting whoopings. High hopes does not win games. They gotta wake up, get it together. Good news, still time.
Appreciate you joining us. It's been our distinct pleasure, and I mean that. Let's now take you back over to the third quarter with Brian Anderson.
And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. You look at Naz Reid. What a contribution here.
And in the first half, he dominated in the post. He got the looks he wanted and was able to execute.
The question now is, will the defense keep letting him punish them inside? Or did Coach have some new ideas for them?
Minnesota with the ball. Earlier they held a 23-point lead. Kicking off the second half, here's Chris Finch's 5. DiVincenzo and Edwards are the backcourt. Miller is out there with OG Anunoby. And it's Reid in at the 5 down low. And it's Westbrook with the ball for Sacramento. They trail by 16. That one goes in. 8 points for Zach LaVine.
The belief of LaVine. Willing to do that in a game? Man.
Here's DiVincenzo. And Dante DiVincenzo is going to pick up the foul. That's his first foul.
I love great defense. Just quick to establish his feet, and he takes the hit.
DeRozan against Anunoby. Pass to LaVine. There's the triple. Left side Murray. Westbrook outside. 6 on the shot clock. Knocked loose. To the middle. Here's DiVincenzo. Ooh, the lead pass was in the perfect spot to set up the layup. DiVincenzo's got 6.
And their offensive game plan is clear. Get it inside and go to work. A great move. I mean, the defense has no response.
Yeah, taking it right to the rim. One imagines that might be discussed at halftime. That's going to be on the film.
Reid, a screen on LaVine. Edwards with it. He's picked up by LaVine. Here's Reid. Yes, and it's Edwards picking up the assist. 16 points here for Naz Reid.
Great awareness from Ant to locate his teammate for the score.
Now Westbrook. Outside LaVine. Eubanks the screen. Down low. And he caught that pass in full stride on his way to the big slam.
The all-around game of LaVine, an excellent passer for his position.
All right, let's get a report from Allie.
Thanks a lot, B.A. Keegan Murray wants to excel at both ends, and he said, quote, "My defense wasn't where it needed to be, so I got a little faster, a little stronger, tried to figure out how to be physical defensively and be effective. Them trusting me to guard helps the other guys so they can focus more on offense." Back to you guys.
Okay, Allie, thanks a lot.
And it's amazing. Their slim advantage on the board seems a lot larger than it is.
It's Edwards on the wing. Pounded by Westbrook. Reid can't get it to drop. Some solid D from Eubanks. Kings trail by 14. Left side LaVine. Murray with it. He's picked up by Miller. The 3. Shot by LaVine, no good.
And you just can't afford to give up that kind of look very often.
Reid, a screen on Westbrook. DiVincenzo, pass to Reid. A slam dunk by Reid.
And just shredding apart the defense with his passing. He's helping to pace this offense so well.
He's locked in with his teammates right now, setting guys up in perfect position.
Now here's Eubanks. 10 points for him. Levine surveys the D. Minnesota with a rebound. Reed's got 6 rebounds in the game. The Timberwolves lead by 16. Outside, DiVincenzo. And he goes up strong with a one-handed jam.
Now that's how you use the screen right there.
And it leads to a thunderous finish. That was nice.
Yeah, you like the pick to set up the open shot. But when it leads to a dunk, okay, even better. You'll take it.
Now here's DeRozan. 6 points for him.
That's a decent look for him. He just couldn't convert.
DiVincenzo with it. Reed a screen on Westbrook. DiVincenzo with it. Picked up by Eubanks. Nice shot by DiVincenzo.
That's 10 straight points they've given up in the painted area.
Trying to find a spark here.
Yes, indeed. A rough stretch offensively. They could really use a basket. It's clear he's totally out of sync. The team needs to rethink its strategy around what to do with him.
Outside Edwards. And Russell Westbrook gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul. And Chris Finch wants a timeout. He's going to take a minute to regroup with his players.
Make some noise. Get up out of your seats for your Sacramento Kings Street Team.
And it's a completely new group for the Timberwolves. All right, with this break, let's take a look at the teams that were the toughest to score against last year. 5th, the Timberwolves.
They made life hard on opponents. One of the best defenses in the NBA last year.
Love a screen on DeRozan to the inside. Oh, and makes it with the kiss. Love's got 9.
Very little resistance around the rim right now. That's the 5th straight bucket they've given up in the paint.
For 3, Westbrook. That one no good.
The defense just giving him the easy look there. He's not going to miss that.
And here's Alvarado. Still without a bucket. And the call is going to be, yes, an illegal screen.
First personal foul.
And a quick look at how the Sacramento Kings schedule is shaping up. On Tuesday, they'll be taking on Nikola Jokic and the Denver Nuggets. And then on Wednesday, they'll take on Kristaps Porzingis and the Atlanta Hawks. And so here's Sacramento. Outside Levine. Soft touch off the glass. He's got 10.
A strong inside scorer. Once Levine feels like he's got room to shoot, he does not hesitate.
Now here's Alvarado. Pass to Love. Ooh, stolen by Murray. It's a one-on-one situation. Oh, and the jam by Levine.
Uh-oh, Zach LaVine. He's already won multiple dunk contests. Maybe another?
And thanks to AT&T for a great look at that dunk on their connected cam. Alvarado outside to the paint. Here's Love. Oh, he's locked in. Drains his 5th shot in as many attempts.
Since halftime, they have been efficient and effective, making Coach very happy.
Well, I credit some of that to their communication out on the floor. They are attacking as a unit.
Now here's Levine. 12 points for him. Eubanks. And he takes that one up and powers it through.
Smart play call by Levine. Breaks up the defense, feeds the easy shooter.
Here's Alvarado. He's scoreless. He takes it in. Good D by Murray. And Levine has got the ball here for the Sacramento Kings. They trail by 18. And it's Murray finishing it off.
Oh, and Murray makes this look all too easy. Superb at throwing it down with some power.
And last season, the most efficient shooting season of Zach LaVine's career.
Yeah, B.A., 2.5% better in his free throw shooting. He would have had a 50, 40, 90 season on his hands, but his scoring is top tier.
Just 2 to shoot. Rebound by Sacramento. Westbrook outside. Murray up top. DeRozan outside. Jacks up a 3. Ellis with a rebound.
Some people could say he's struggling on offense this period. I like to think of more of drowning. Just can't seem to find his confidence.
Now here's Ellis. And he'll draw the foul. He'll head to the line for 2.
Heady play to stop that easy layup right there. I mean, make him earn it at the line.
And a moment to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from for the Timberwolves.
Oh, they've been punishing the inside defense consistently in this one. Look, it's been a very productive area of the floor for them.
Well, something else that stands out is how they've shared the ball. I mean, they're getting a lot of their points from sharp passing.
And it's a completely new group for the Kings. Naz Reid's checked in for the Timberwolves. The ball comes in for Juzang. Now here's Simmons. He's got 5. And he's going for the lob. And it's Simmons with the jam.
So often Simmons is the one making the pass. This time, he's on the finishing end.
Alvarado outside. Reid to screen on Simmons. Inside, it's tipped. Achua with a steal. Simmons with it. Guarded now by Alvarado.
Injecting energy into his team. That is what Malik Monk does.
The Timberwolves lead by 14. A minute 15 left in the third. To the middle. Tipped. Ellis' shot is off.
Even though it wasn't a clear path, he knows that that's a shot he should make more oftentimes than not.
And the basket by Monk.
Yeah, Monk can be very fast on his feet, allowing him to take full advantage of that opening.
Reid to screen on Monk. Ball passes to Reid. It's good. And the assist that time from Ball. Ball's got 4 assists now tonight. Here are the Kings with the ball now. They're on a 14-6 run. Outside Monk. And here's Clark for 3. And the three-pointer goes.
Oh, I love that possession for them, ending with an assisted bucket.
The Timberwolves have gotten 8 of 14 attempts to go in the second half so far. Down low. And the layup is good after a nice lead pass. He's got 10.
Love to see him inside passing like this, as well as guys being on the same page.
"11 seconds left in the third. Clock at 6. Three-pointer. He's off on that one. And so it's Minnesota in a good situation, up by 13 points to close the quarter. They put in work down low, getting in close and scoring in bunches. Time for a quick break, then back to the action. And now we have a moment to reveal our State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, just shredding the defense with that feed. Zero chance to stop that.
That's an unguardable pass. Flat out, give him credit for possessing that type of vision.
And there have been 2 very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. Ben Simmons is out there with Precious Achua. Then there's Zach LaVine. Then it's Malik Monk. And it's Carter in at the point guard position. So that's the 5 in the game for Sacramento. Alvarado outside. Love a screen on Carter. To the inside. The kick out to Edwards. There's Ball with a 3. Achua with some nice D. Kings trail by 11. Simmons, the pass to Monk. From outside, off the mark.
Man, that's his shot. Maybe he was too wide open.
Carter against Ball. Over to the left wing. Here's Alvarado. And a miss there on the triple.
He is just so deadly from out there. You expect that to fall.
Carter from outside. The shot off that time. Minnesota leading by 11. Now Alvarado. Down low. Achua with the rebound. Achua's got 5 rebounds tonight. Shoots from 14. It's Monk on the wing. And another miss by Sacramento. Minnesota has gone 0 for 2 from outside here in the fourth quarter. Alvarado outside. The kick out to Edwards. Monk with a steal. Lets it go from deep. Ball with the rebound.
He didn't make them pay for that weak defense, but they just can't rely on him to miss those kind of shots.
Love, a screen on Simmons. Ball passes to Love. Their offense stone cold. Another miss there. Pass to Simmons. Sacramento passing it around. Achua, high post. Outside Levine. Over Edwards. Off the mark. Had a chance there to trim it to single digits.
I'll tell you what, they've rebounded the ball tremendously well.
Back to Alvarado. There's a screen. Pass to Edwards. 4-3. Edwards on target.
Well, Ant will pull up from anywhere beyond the arc. Of course, more than comfortable letting it fly from the corner.
And we've got a timeout called by Doug Christie. He's looking to make some very important adjustments here. DeRozan is checked in for Carter. And then for Minnesota, Reed's checked in for Love. Anunoby comes in for Edwards. And it's Dante DiVincenzo in for Alvarado. A moment to hear from Allie LaForce.
I was able to listen in on what Doug Christie was going over with his team. He did his best to light a fire under them, saying we have to fight. Now is the moment. We have to come out of this deficit swinging. Guys?
Okay, thanks, Allie. To the middle. Kicks it out to Anunoby for 3. And again, it's Minnesota with a 3.
Their defense has to do a better job of smothering those shooters.
Kings trail by 17. Here's Simmons. Here's Levine for 3. Hauled in by DiVincenzo. DiVincenzo's got 5 rebounds in the game.
And he got a couple to fall from long distance in the first half, but still looking for that number 3.
Now here's DiVincenzo. And he makes it. And the Timberwolves lead by 19.
I just love the ball movement.
And so it's Simmons with it. He brings it up for the Kings. They've given up just 8 points in the fourth. Here's Levine for 3. Yes! And that's Simmons with the assist. Simmons has got 6 assists now in the game. Ball with it. Pass to Anunoby. The 3 ball. Sacramento grabs the miss. Achua's got rebound number 8 now. DeRozan releases from the wing and drills it.
That's his bread and butter, DeRozan, one of the great mid-range shooters in this game.
And here's Ball. Inside. Kicks it out to Anunoby. Ball outside. Fires it. Achua with the rebound. Achua's got rebound number 9 now. What an effort here tonight. Here's Levine for 3. And the Kings with another 3.
There's Levine showing out with that high-arcing jump shot from the corner.
Minnesota leading by 11. Ball surveys the floor. To the paint. He's got it going on. Now 7 for 10.
Hey, they're just getting pushed around inside.
Sacramento shooting 33%. This hasn't been their quarter. Now here's Monk. On the wing, Levine pulls up. Another one falls for Sacramento.
As a player, a rough first half, look, it can wake you up. Sometimes it leads to much improved play in the second half.
Reed, a screen on Monk. Pass to DiVincenzo. Let's go with a three. It's good. And the assist that time from Ball. And the Timberwolves lead by 14. Sacramento shooting the rock well at 46%. Simmons, the pass to Levine. To the middle. Back to DeRozan. There's the triple. It's rebounded by Minnesota. Earlier they held a 23-point lead.
And right now they're +8 in the rebounding category. That's helping them run away with this.
Here's Ball. And a foul called on the way up. So he'll take 2 from the free throw line. Malik Monk picks one up.
This is the smart play by Ball, staying committed even while getting fouled.
Lonzo Ball, 2 shots.
And that one falls for Ball.
And Ball is such an effective two-way player. Takes smart shots on offense and really hustles on defense.
And Sacramento with some changes. Eubanks, he's checked in for Simmons. Murray comes in for Achua. And it's Russell Westbrook in for Monk. Miller's checked in for the Timberwolves. Anthony Edwards comes in for DiVincenzo. And so Ball nails both of them.
If they keep hitting free throws at this clip, it'll help them seal the deal.
Outside Levine. Here's Eubanks. Pass to Westbrook. Takes the three. Oh, it's off!
I think he's gone completely dry. Nothing is hitting.
Yeah, and the risk now is that he gets inside his own head. Time to take deep breaths in through the nose, out through the mouth, and let the game come to you.
Deflected! DeRozan against Anunoby. Here's Levine. Levine slams it home.
We see this time and time again from Levine. He has the ability to put the offense on his shoulders.
The Timberwolves lead by 14. It's stolen. And stolen by Edwards. Outside Anunoby. Takes a three. Murray pulls it down.
And he probably thought he was going to bury that one.
DeRozan. Stopped home by DeRozan on the jam.
And people forget that DeMar DeRozan has competed in multiple dunk contests. This man has elite bounce.
Here's Reed. Outside Anunoby. Now Miller fires the three. Oh, the shot is off. Outside Levine. A minute 29 left in the fourth. The shot is money.
Levine fighting for it inside, staying aggressive.
They can take their time if they want.
Yes, you have to regroup. Make sure you get a good shot.
Yes, sir! That one's good!
Nice ball movement there. Delivered the pass right on time.
Levine against Edwards. Now Murray puts up the tray. Oh, no good!
And they had an advantage tonight. Came out sharp and did what was needed. Nice win here for the Timberwolves.
Man, the bench brought lots of energy tonight.
I'll tell you, when your reserves can score it like that, it puts your team in a great position to win.
And they pick up their 4th win of the year. Every victory so sweet in the association.
And having this win on the books might give them a little mental advantage the next 2 times these squads meet.
And the Timberwolves call time here. 40 seconds left in the 4th quarter.
Substituting on the court.
Here's Juzang. He got a piece of it.
Yeah, great work on defense right there. Shooters have to be careful when Murray is lurking nearby.
Let's loose for 3. It's good from beyond the arc. 17 seconds left to play in the fourth quarter. Oh, he jammed it!
Defensive foul. Drew Eubanks. First personal foul. Second team foul. Shooting for Minnesota. Ellis at the line for one.
Calm and cool, and his free throws put a bow on this one. Nice way to finish the game.
He launches. So we see the Timberwolves taking the W here. Exceptional effort on the road. They were ready and they were focused.
Focused indeed. I mean, it takes a strong mental approach to block out the distractions. These guys stepped up 100%.
And that'll do it, folks. For Richard Jefferson, Grant Hill, and Allie LaForce, this is Brian Anderson. Thank you for being with us. And as we leave you, here's a look at our player of the game, Dante DiVincenzo.
And a chance for everyone to get some shots up. Find the touch. Find the range. Find themselves. We're almost at game time. Welcome to 2K Sports for another edition of NBA basketball. Here with Coach Stan Van Gundy and Greg Anthony, this is Kevin Harlan. And patrolling the sideline for us again tonight, Allie LaForce. And now we'll look at the upcoming schedule for the Jam. On Tuesday, they'll go up against Tyrese Halliburton and the Indiana Pacers. Then on Thursday, they'll go up against Kristaps Porzingis and the Atlanta Hawks.
And that one against the Bulls, that's where you have got to bring your A game, especially when you know you're going to be fighting an uphill battle all night long.
And checking out Minnesota's opening lineup. Guard and off guard, filled by DiVincenzo and Edwards. Reed is out there with Miller, and it's Anunoby in at the 3. And for Utah, Markkanen and Kessler man the post positions. Then it's Keontae George. Then there's Bailey, and it's Mikhailuk in at the 2-guard spot. Misses the corner 3. Coach, this is a game we always look forward to. Pair of conference rivals going head-to-head, toe-to-toe. It should be a beauty.
Well, Kevin, you know, this is the NBA at its best. No need to hype this one up. This matchup provides its own hype, and you can hear the fans are as hyped up as we are.
And he makes the first. The key thing, Coach, that Dante DiVincenzo brings to a team is that coveted 3-and-D skill set.
I agree with that, Kevin, but he brings so much more. He can now play off the dribble and make plays for others. And I think the most underrated thing on a lot of players who become great is Dante DiVincenzo is both very smart and very tough.
Now here's Markkanen. From downtown, that doesn't go, and he's 0 of 1 from the field. Now here's DiVincenzo, picked by Reed. It's Edwards on the wing. Outside, George. We play just over a minute here in the first. Another miss by Utah.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that one.
Picked by Reed. Edwards passes to Reed, and the shot is good.
Not easy inside there for Reed, but he made something happen.
Utah's gone 0 of 2 from deep here. Just over a minute and a half played here in this one. They get it back. Markkanen in the corner. Fires for 3. Rebounded by the Timberwolves.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
George against DiVincenzo. Pass to Edwards. Can't get it to fall. Jazz have gone 0 of 5 here to start the game. Rough start for them. Now George. Markkanen sets the pick for George. That one's in. His first bucket of the game. He's 1 for 2.
Nice looking mid-range shot by George. Such an aggressive scorer.
Now we'll hear from Allie LaForce, and she's got a story for us. An update. Allie?
I spoke to the Jazz head coach earlier. Immediately, Anthony Edwards came up in our conversation, and coach kind of chuckled and said, well, I don't know if anyone on the planet can slow this kid down. He's on his way to becoming one of the best in the league. If he's not there already, looks like they're going to roll the dice on one of the league's most talented players. Back to you guys.
And Allie, thanks so much.
And guys, you don't think this fella can do some major damage if he gets an opening to the rim.
G8, they just learned that lesson the hard way. They better put a little bit more effort into their D the next time down.
Yeah, look, never tempt the guy with a sure thing. No surprise to see him taking advantage like that.
Bailey misses. The Timberwolves leading. And here is DiVincenzo. Down low, here's Miller. Great pass to set up the lay-in.
And a nice job here early of establishing an inside presence.
Pass to Bailey. And here is Markkanen. Covered by Miller. Fader on the way. And Markkanen gets it to go on the assist from Bailey.
Well, he's a major threat from the mid-range. Markkanen loves taking advantage.
Reed with a screen on George. Shoots. Out to Miller. Jacks up a 3. Rebounded by Bailey. Look at Minnesota. They took the win in their last game against the Kings.
Mental toughness on the road. The arena was rocking, but they just got down to business and never let up.
Nothing is better than winning on the road in this league. It's so difficult. You savor every one of those.
And there's the call. It's going to be an illegal screen. Here's a look at some of the stats for Donte DiVincenzo.
In the last 5 games, you can see the trend upwards for effective field goal percentage. And it shows you how confident he's playing right now.
And Stan, Utah has been all about basketball up until last year. The Jazz, the only major professional sporting franchise in the state.
Yeah, now they've got hockey, but from the venerated days of Stockton and Malone in the 80s, basketball has become effectively the state sport of Utah. A spectacular finish from Edwards. Once he started driving, he did not hold back.
Pass to Mikhailuk. Back to George. Now Bailey. Scoreless thus far. 3-pointer, Markkanen. Minnesota with the rebound. DiVincenzo's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight.
They've been beating them to a lot of those loose balls and rebounds here to start.
Now here is Miller. Picked by Reed. Buries it from 3-point range. DiVincenzo's got 7.
Definitely a volume shooter from range. DiVincenzo lurks on the perimeter, looking for these openings to strike. Precise delivery on the pass. Led him perfect.
Edwards with it. Last game we saw him score 13. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Miller's got his 2nd bucket.
Yeah, it just seems like every year Edwards gets more comfortable running the pick and roll.
Here's George. Count it. His 2nd make in 4 attempts.
Well, he can beat you in a lot of ways. Very challenging to defend.
Here's DiVincenzo. He's got 7. And Reed has it in the corner. The Timberwolves working the ball around now. They set the pick. Just 5 to shoot. Hands it from downtown. He's got 5.
Oh, this is the kind of start they were hoping for.
George passes to Markkanen. Now Bailey. He's guarded by Anunoby. To the inside. They get a hand on it. Now here's DiVincenzo. Last game we saw him score 13. Inside, here's Reed. His second shot goes in, off to a good start, 2 for 2.
Terrific screen. They ask Reed to do a lot of the little things like that, and he does them all well.
And so the timeout by Will Hardy here. Coach needs a moment to talk things over. Coming off that loss against the Timberwolves.
And guys, if you don't control second chance opportunities, you don't control your fate. That has to be their key takeaway from that one.
Well, the lack of effort they showed on the glass is just unacceptable. And I'm sure the coaching staff will let them know about it.
Jazz with some changes. Filipowski comes in for Bailey. And it's Collier in for Mikhailuk. Pass to Filipowski. Kessler in the post. No scoring in this one. And the officials calling for a 3-second violation. Timberwolves leading by 8. And here is Ball. Down low. Stripped it away. George looking around. And what? That one goes careening off the glass.
2 minutes remaining in the first. 2 minutes.
And Anunoby, here we go.
They've been excellent so far, coming in with a well-balanced attack.
Yeah, now it's all about maintaining this lead, but you can't start playing it safe. You got to keep attacking and executing.
Here's Collier. Back to the basket by Minnesota. Pass to Kessler. And good that time.
Great roll by Kessler after setting the screen. That's textbook.
And so it's Ball with it. He brings it up for the Timberwolves. 8-point game. Last time they met was in Minnesota.
And that last one came right down to the wire. The difference for me being the impact they got from the bench.
Yeah, depth plays a huge factor in this league. You can't win just with 5 guys.
And so the timeout by Will Hardy here. He's going to make some adjustments to the game plan. Big group substitution now for Minnesota. While there's a chance, let's show you the teams that have thrived on a fast break this season. In third, the Jazz.
You know, it's an entertaining style of play. And look, I mean, those are the baskets you want if you've got the legs for it. Scoring becomes a lot easier.
To the paint. And finished off by Nurkic.
Love watching Nurkic set hard screens and then roll with purpose. Great job in the creativity there from the pick and roll.
Here's Alvarado. Over in the corner, Ellis. Pass to Juzang. Here's Alvarado. Just 4 to shoot. Minnesota needs to get off a shot here. 3-pointer. And they turn over the 24-second buzzer, signaling the shot clock violation. The Jazz making a switch here. Hendricks is checked in. Jazz trail by 6. 36 seconds left to play here in the first. Unloads. And that one off the back of the rim and in.
Assisted buckets. Every team wants them. They show you're running effective team offense.
Now Alvarado hasn't made one yet. Here's Ellis. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. It's going to be on Yusuf Nurkic.
And really the defense fouling there to prevent the layup, but that's exactly what you need to do.
And the first one at the line is good. And Ellis drops them both. 7 seconds left to play in the first. Here's Collier. No good on the last second attempt there. And so it's the Minnesota Timberwolves with a 6-point lead at the end of the quarter. They're shooting the ball so well in this one. A great performance from the field. We'll get you back to the action after this break. And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter of action so far. And looking at what we've seen from the Timberwolves, what do you guys think?
I mean, the rebounding was the difference in that first period. You've got to block these guys out.
Hey, look, it's simple. More rebounds means more possessions, and that's clearly been their priority.
We've got Collier. Kyle Filipowski is out there with Williams. Then there's Yusuf Nurkic. That's the group right now for Utah.
You can't allow Nurkic to get that kind of position. When you do, he is going to rattle that rim.
So it's the Timberwolves now, following the bucket by the Jazz. Into the lane, and the basket by Alvarado. Alvarado's got his first bucket in this one.
See, now that layup isn't possible without the help of the pick.
Pass to Collier. Williams with the ball. Nothing on the board. And that one, no good to start him off on the night.
A good board there, Kevin, but overall they're getting slightly out-rebounded.
Here's Alvarado. And here's Love from the arc. That one's off. He's now 1 for 2. Love against Williams. Here's Filipowski. Good. The nice assist for Williams.
Nice pass here to set that basket up.
Timberwolves leading by 6. Let's go to the sideline and see what Allie LaForce has dug up for us. Allie, take it away.
Thanks, Kevin. The Utah Jazz are going young, but this is a franchise that has a winning history, and that culture is still around. Coach Will Hardy said, the messaging doesn't change. The players have bought into the little things that takes to win. This is a cohesive group that's committed to helping each other. Kevin, back to you.
Building the right way. Thanks a lot, Allie. And now we go courtside for this story on Walker Kessler. Allie, what are they saying?
I chatted briefly with the head athletic trainer for Utah. He let me know that it's a strained hip, which causes plenty of soreness and shooting pain in that area. Nobody wants an injury, especially this early in the season, but the good news, he's been cleared by the training staff to play through it. Guys?
Good information as always, Allie. We thank you.
Yeah, we put so much effort into injury prevention in the NBA, but injuries are still going to happen. That's just the unfortunate part of the game.
Here's what Minnesota's going with right now. OG Anunoby's checked in for Love. Edwards comes in for Ball. And it's Dante DiVincenzo in for Perea. The Jazz working the ball around now. Here's Collier. Off target from outside.
He may have had too much time to think about it.
Over to the left wing. It's stolen by DiVincenzo. To the middle. And he finishes nicely on the layup. And now a 10-point Timberwolves lead.
And it's coming easy for them right now. 5 baskets in a row in the paint.
Here's Collier. He has yet to score. Bailey with a wide-open look. Drains the three-pointer. I'm told now by our producer, do we have him, guys? Okay, we do. We have a call coming in from Shams Charania. Shams, thanks for joining us. What do you have?
Well, fans becoming very familiar with the term second apron over the last few seasons. Front offices admit the devil is in the details. While it's not exactly a hard cap, teams are showing little willingness to endure the penalties that come with persisting above that second apron threshold.
That is so true. Shams, thank you very much for the report. Here's Alvarado. Following the bucket by the Jazz. Pass to Edwards. Now DiVincenzo. Pocket 6. Anunoby in the corner. No good on the triple. Jazz trail by 5. Here's Mikhailuk. Score the basket. His fourth. He's only missed one of his 5 shots tonight.
And they've repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid off.
There's a screen. Here's Edwards. And no good. The dry spell continuing for him.
Well, clearly it hasn't been his best game offensively, but collectively, they've still found a way to get the lead.
Here's Mikhailuk. Wow, drew the contact, and that three almost went. In, so he'll go to the line for 3 free throws.
Yeah, you hate to give up a foul on a three-point attempt.
And guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown for the Timberwolves.
Well, their game plan has been very effective so far. They're working the ball inside, putting constant pressure on the defense.
And another key for them tonight, attacking the basket. Taking it right to the hoop, never a bad idea.
Walker Kessler, he's checked in for Nurkic. Miller's checked in for the Timberwolves. He doesn't get the second one.
And he didn't go to the line once in the first half. But now he's figuring out how to draw contact and get himself to the line.
Utah trailing here. There's always a need for shot makers in the NBA, GA, and that's what Ace Bailey brings to the floor.
Yeah, Bailey has a smooth jumper with a high release point that allows him to shoot over just about any defender. And when you pair that with his physical tools, his upside is through the roof.
Now DiVincenzo. After Lowry Market misses from long range.
You can't let Anunoby get those corner threes. That's his favorite shot. OG is money from there.
Now here's Markkanen. He's coming off a 10-point game against the Timberwolves in Minneapolis. A 3-ball. They get the rebound. Kessler. And Kessler throws it down.
That's why you never quit battling on the offensive glass.
And that's a nice reward for his effort. The flush. Perfect.
Well, that's what he does. He makes an impact with his activity on the board.
And once he gets clear off the screen, there is no stopping him.
No, not when there's a flush waiting to happen.
Well, give credit to the screener there. That's how you help free up your teammates.
Pass to Kessler. Here's Mikhailuk. Lets it go with the 3. Markkanen inside the line. And Utah again with the bucket.
Well, there's no shortage of confidence when it comes to Markkanen. He'll take the tough shots without thinking twice.
On the wing, DiVincenzo. Inside. Stolen by Kessler. Here's Mikhailuk. His last outing, 16 points for him. Pass to Bailey. To the right side. The Jazz working the ball around now. And the officials will call the illegal screen right there. And let's go quickly to the 2K leaderboard to see the ratings of the best passing 2 guards in basketball. The 4th spot held by Anthony Edwards.
And what that group has a great understanding of is the importance of ball movement. I mean, they can all create their own shot, but their superb ability to set up teammates really stands out.
And to have a shooting guard who's also a high-level playmaker, it makes your team a heck of a lot harder to deal with defensively.
George is checked in for the Jazz. Minnesota also making some changes. Reed comes in for Miller, and it's Lonzo Ball in for Edwards. DiVincenzo passes to Reed. Here's Anunoby. The three-pointer, no good.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
Bailey misses. Minnesota leading by 3. There's the pick. And Ball slams it in.
Few guys operate pick and roll better than Ball. He has total control. Takes what the defense gives him.
George against Ball. The shot by George, no good.
And typically he has the touch to finish when he's in tight, but not sure on that possession.
Ball with the bucket.
I'm a fan of how Ball uses that size inside. Excellent at getting his shot off close to the basket.
Now, here is George. 14 points from him the last game against the Timberwolves in Minneapolis.
Yeah, and his facilitating was also extremely impressive. He was outsmarting the defense and easily connecting with ready shooters.
Reed with the screen on George. In the corner, it's DiVincenzo. It's good. The assist that time from Ball. DiVincenzo's got 12 in the game.
Well, he's been very reliable tonight. Not wasting any chances. Really using his head.
Here's Bailey. He's guarded by Anunoby. Here's Kessler. And a missed layup. A chance at a 2-for-1 if they want it.
If I'm them, I try it.
Now, here's Ball. And Reed has it in the corner. Miller's checked in for Minnesota. Edwards comes in for Lonzo Ball.
Now into the lineup for the Timberwolves. Leonard Miller. Anthony Edwards.
Jazz trail by 7. Now 8 seconds separating the two clocks. Pass to Mikhailuk. Now Bailey. Launches it. Miller grabs the miss.
Not sure why he keeps trying his luck from deep here. It's just not his night.
Miller with a screen on George. DiVincenzo kicks to Reed. And there's Miller, good that time on the assist from Reed. And now it's a 9-point Timberwolves lead. And so it's Minnesota ahead by 9 as the quarter comes to a close. They're playing a bruising game inside, and it's working for them. We'll take a quick break and then back to the action here.
Halftime is here. And what better way to tip it off than to analyze the latest news on the trade front? 4-player trade, and from what we've heard, not an easy negotiation. Fellas, who are you liking the most in this one?
And this isn't just about adding a star player. You can really build your team around Ben Simmons. He directs the offense, incredible in transition, and plays lockdown D. Seems like nothing but upsides to bring in him.
And circling back to the first half, things have not gone as planned for the Utah Jazz.
Well, their problems start on the backboard, and it's not just a few unlucky bounces. It's an activity shot.
Which is something you can fix if you want to, but I'm not seeing a lot of want to from them.
That'll do it for our show tonight. Thanks for joining us, and we'll send you back to Kevin Harlan for more hoops action.
And if you're just joining us in this one, first half is in the books. 1 half to go. Nice game. Great performance by Dante DiVincenzo.
It's something that isn't his strength, but he's done a great job of finding the open man.
Well, the way I see it, it's an added bonus. And you can see team chemistry really growing as a result of him racking up the assists.
Timberwolves leading by 9, and so in the game for the Timberwolves, guard and off guard, filled by DiVincenzo and Edwards. Miller is out there with Naz Reid, and it's Anunoby in at the 3, the small forward. For 3, Edwards. The rebound by the Jazz. Pass to Mikhailuk from the arc. Reid with the rebound. The Timberwolves shooting 61%, showing all the indications of an offense that is locked in. Out to Edwards. Look at Edwards, slotting home the 3.
Well, I'd say any play with Edwards on the finishing end has a good chance of succeeding.
The 3 from George. Drills the three-pointer. George has got 7 points in the game.
Both teams running perimeter-oriented plays that are working.
Well, you know it's become a three-point shooting league. Teams shooting a steady diet from outside.
And that corner pocket triple, terrific shot by Edwards from deep.
Pass to Mikhailuk. Back to George. Kicks it out to Markkanen. Misses the 3. Timberwolves leading by 12. Just over a minute and a half have passed here in the third quarter. DiVincenzo.
This is the threat DiVincenzo poses. When he gets a rhythm going, he can just keep scoring on you.
Jazz have gone 1 of 3 since starting the second half. George finds Kessler. Here's Mikhailuk. Edwards defending. Bailey misses.
And with that miss, they're just 1 for 4 to start the third quarter.
Anunoby left side. The 3 for DiVincenzo. Kessler with the rebound. Kessler's got his 6th rebound on the night. Here's Mikhailuk. It's rebounded by Anunoby. Anunoby's got 4 rebounds in this game.
And with the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be, firmly in the driver's seat.
Stolen by Markkanen. Bailey, he's open. Knocked away.
Wow, his shooting woes continue, and it's weighing down this offense.
And so the timeout by Will Hardy here. Coach is going to take a few minutes to regroup and go over the strategy. November. Let's see how things are shaking out in the West early in the season. You look at the Timberwolves, lurking in the basement of the conference for the time being. They're not pleased with their performance so far this season. And, of course, there's Utah, 3 spots below.
Well, right now for the Timberwolves, what a slow start they've gotten off to. At least they have enough time to still get things going here in the right direction.
Well, sure, it is early, but they want to avoid digging too deep a hole for themselves. If you let a slow start go on too long, it can really shake a team's confidence.
Here's Markkanen. Banked in off the glass. Markkanen's got 9.
Well, he was using that big frame. Markkanen can pile up offensive rebounds.
Coach, you and I were just talking about this the other day. We don't see many Finnish players in the NBA. I know Lowry is proud of that.
Well, he should be, Kevin, because he's not only a great player, but he's probably a role model for everybody in Finland and proving that you can come from anywhere now in the NBA and make yourself into a great player if you have both the skill and the desire to do so.
And now, Allie LaForce has something for us from the sideline.
Thanks a lot, guys. Anthony Edwards is truly a superstar on the rise. He said, quote, "People forget how young I am. I'm not even touching my prime yet. I'm just trying to get more efficient as every year goes by." Back over to you.
Yep, a star on the rise. Allie LaForce with the report. Hey, Allie, thanks. George, no good.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well.
DiVincenzo with it, now defended by Markkanen. Nobody near George. And it's George again missing.
Yeah, not at his most efficient this quarter. He's got to work on finding high percentage shots.
Reed with a screen on George. Paul passes to Reed. Goes up and lays it nice and easy. He's got 6.
I'll tell you, it's one thing to do this at home, another to do it in a hostile environment.
It sure is. They've certainly accepted the challenge. The trick now is to sustain this effort.
Here's George. Sinks that one from the post. George has got 9.
And nice touch inside. George can finish from all 3 levels.
And timeout called by Chris Finch. He's ready to talk things through with them. Lopowski, he's checked in for Lauri Markkanen. Minnesota also making some changes. Kevin Love's checked in for Reed. OG Anunoby comes in for Dante DiVincenzo. And Ball subbed in for Chris Paul. Now, here's Ball. And Love has it in the corner. And it's sent back by Kessler.
Something Kessler does so well. A towering 7-footer who takes pride in protecting the rim.
Now, that's what I call a momentum changer.
Now, when you've got a point guard with that kind of spring, no lead is safe.
Yeah, he saw the opportunity.
Whoa!
Gracious.
Yeah, Edwards has some big bounce in his step.
And a good-looking view of that throwdown from the AT&T Connected Cam. Pass to Bailey. Here's Mikhailuk. Good on the three-point shot.
Just a positive force right now for these guys. And though his team has fallen a bit short, it's not because of him.
Edwards passes to Love. Good, and the assist goes to Edwards. Edwards got 5 assists tonight.
Well, that touch never leaves a guy like Love. Sharp around the hoop.
It's in, and he's a very efficient 5 for 6 on the game.
The defense not putting up any fight on the inside. They've allowed 10 straight points in the paint.
Back to George. Pass to Bailey. And here's George. Here's Mikhailuk. That 3 off the mark.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
And here is Ball. And Ball slams it in.
Yeah, you've got to stay with Ball when the pick comes. You know he's looking to get the shot off.
Here's George. He drains the quick shot. George has got 9 points in the quarter.
And after a lackluster first half, he's playing with a lot more energy now. Sometimes it takes that break to reset.
Love with the screen on George. There's the triple. Filipowski grabs the board. Jazz trail by 17. Now George. He's got 13. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
An intriguing young talent. George's upside as a scorer is especially enticing.
So both teams making some changes here. And George drops them both.
We expect nothing less. He's generally been very good at the line.
Alvarado. Defended by George. Here's Juzang, and he's good on the 3-ball. Juzang's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. 1:51 left in the third. Nurkic setting the pick for George. He wants to get it to Nurkic and does. It's good.
Pretty basketball. George with the perfect feed.
Here's Alvarado. He takes it in. Filipowski grabs the board. Jazz trail by 16. Pass to Collier. Back to Filipowski. Nice pass. Nice catch and a resounding dunk.
Strong move to the 10, trying to get his guys going.
Hard not to get motivated, GA, right when your teammate makes that kind of play.
Well, that's exactly what's needed when you're trying to turn things around.
Nice ball movement by Minnesota. Down to 5 on the shot clock. A good finish at the rack off the slick feed. 12 points for him.
And not quite as aggressive from outside as they were in the first half. Sticking to the high percentage shots, playing smart with the lead.
And it's Ball in the corner. Shoots a 3. Nailed from three-point land. Ball's got 9.
Over his career, Lonzo's become more of a finisher, gaining trust in his jab.
There's a 4-second difference from the shot clock to the game clock. Right side, George. Shoots over Alvarado. And it's George missing. Deep 2 from Ball. And that one released in time, but no good. And so it's the Minnesota Timberwolves taking a 19-point lead into the break. From the field, they have been outstanding, amazing shooting. That's what has them headed to a blowout. We'll get right back to the action when we return. And a moment now as we take a look at our State Farm assists of the game.
And, you know, you can always count on him for at least a couple of these pretty assists over the course of a game. And this one, a thing of beauty.
Well, that is what coaches want from their point guards. Set others up, play the game the right way.
And there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the fourth quarter, but stranger things have happened. Markkanen is out there with Filipowski. Then there's Yusuf Nurkic. Then it's Collier. That's the 5 on the floor for the Jazz. Edwards passes to Love. That's in, coming off the assist from Edwards. Edwards got 6 assists in the game. Jazz trail by 21. Pass to Markkanen. Here's Collier. Picked by Markkanen. From deep. No good. Shot missing.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the 3. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
And looks like the illegal kick was set. Yep, that's right. That'll get their attention. You know, GA, one great thing about the NBA, well, there are many things, but one great thing is that there's always new talent coming through the ranks.
Yeah, I mean, the future is bright. And Kevin, I really like this year's draft class. Man, we just continue to add exciting young talent to the mix.
And let's get your take, guys, on the scoring breakdown for Minnesota.
Well, their passing has been just exceptional, and it's opened up the floor for them on numerous occasions.
And tonight we've also seen a lot of great play from them inside. They've been consistent in terms of attacking the interior of this D. Wow, they've made every free throw here in the second half.
Ball surveying the defense. Here's Alvarado. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. Jazz trail by 19. To the inside. Collier. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass.
I like seeing Markkanen move the ball like this, wanting to get his teammates going.
Minnesota shooting 64%. Beautiful all-around play by this offense. To the paint. Count that as his 7th field goal in 9 tries. He's shooting 78%.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
And so it's Ball who brings the ball up for the Minnesota Timberwolves. They host the Kings after this game. That'll be the first of 4 played at home for them.
And they've had assists now in their last 3 baskets.
Markkanen can't get it to go.
And physically, there's no doubt they've been the stronger team. A +10 rebound advantage tells you all you need to know.
Ball up top. Love. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
First personal foul.
That one on Filipowski.
Every night, Kevin Love is a double-double waiting to happen. He is a hard man to contain in the paint.
Stan, what advice would you give to coaches that are leading a struggling team?
Well, Kevin, I think the number one thing, whether you're leading a struggling team or a team playing really well or anything in between, is to just stay consistent. Keep working on the things that you know over time make teams consistent. Go out and talk about those things day in and day out and try to get your team to focus on those.
Here's Filipowski. Another miss by Utah. Timberwolves leading by 21. DiVincenzo with it. Markkanen pulls it in. Markkanen's got 6 rebounds here tonight. Takes a 3. Love grabs the board. Love's got his 4th rebound in this one.
Well, and after making just 1 triple going into the break, he's still looking for his first make from distance here in the second half.
Love with the screen for DiVincenzo. And play stops. Whistle on what looks to be an illegal screen.
They're doing well overall, but the turnovers have been the exception.
Jazz trail by 21. George, that's a 2-pointer. Another miss, and they've really hit a rough patch here.
Well, they've been better than good on the glass today, and there is a glaring discrepancy between these two teams in that area.
Shots good by Miller.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
Pass to Bailey. Now Markkanen. And with so many teams, Stan, filling roster spots with rookie contracts, the importance of drafting well continues to rise.
Well, absolutely it does, Kevin. The quicker you can get those guys up to speed and helping you on their rookie contracts, where they're at least relatively lower priced, helps your salary cap situation, helps you fill out the roster with quality players.
Miller, no luck. Utah's gone 0-3 so far in the 4th quarter from long range. Markkanen finds George. And there's the call on Dante DiVincenzo. That is his first foul of the game.
Personal foul. 2nd team foul.
Here's George. Down low. Trying to break that ice-cold streak. And Markkanen lays it up and in.
In the pick and roll, it seems like Markkanen gets the timing right most times. He's got a high offensive IQ.
DiVincenzo with it. Now defended by Markkanen. Out to Edwards. Miller with a screen on Markkanen. It's tipped. 6 to shoot. Outside Edwards. Drains it from beyond the arc. Edwards got 13 points here in the second half alone.
Yeah, he's been able to turn it around after a rough first half. He's now looking much better offensively.
George sets a screen. Outside Markkanen. And he can't answer back. The 3-pointer offline.
Now, he hasn't been great this quarter. The coaches need to try to figure out a way to get him going.
Reed with a screen on George. And here's Edwards from the arc. Here's Reed. The layup missed. Jazz shooting around 41% on the night. Now Bailey. Pass to George. And that's a foul called on Naz Reid. That's his first foul. And in 2023, the NBA implementing a new player participation policy, Coach, trying to minimize unexcused absences for star players.
Kevin, I think it's huge for our game. Fans pay and watch TV to see the great players. And there's nothing more important in the league than that those guys being on the court on a consistent basis. And anything that the league can do and teams can do to ensure that, the better it is for everyone.
And now it's time for our presentation of the player of the game, Dante DiVincenzo.
And he's up over 50% from the field here tonight. And that speaks to how solid his shot selection has been. Nothing forced and really no bad decisions. Just good, smart, offensive basketball.
On the road, in a tough atmosphere, he's taking on the role of star tonight. If one of their other players came up short, he picked up the slack to make sure they'll be walking out of here with a win.
Man, just adding insult to injury. He just waltzes inside and extends this lead.
Well, it's not going to get any easier if they can't improve their defensive intensity. They got to show some fight.
For Minnesota, they've gone 6. To 13, so just above 46% on their field goal attempts here in the quarter. Over in the corner, Edwards knocks down the three ball. Edwards got 16 points here in the second half.
Not shot from outside. There's no doubt about that. Spreading the floor and getting them up.
Pass to Kessler. And teams take more threes now than ever before. More than double the average attempts we saw in the 90s.
Well, I think what's happened, Kevin, is we just have more guys who can shoot the ball. So in the 90s, you might have had two guys who shot the ball well from three and made it a good shot. Now, on a lot of teams, virtually everyone on the roster can shoot the three. If we have more guys on the floor who can space out and shoot the three, we're going to have a lot more attempts and a lot more efficiency on those attempts.
A new lineup here for the Timberwolves.
Substitution on the court.
Here's Ellis. Pass to Berenger. Ellis right side. Freeman passes to Paul. Just 5 to shoot. There's a good screen. Here's Freeman, defended by George. Here's Bailey. Minnesota with the rebound.
Yeah, you wonder what is he thinking right now. He's not shooting the ball well, and shots like that only hurt his team more.
Pass to Freeman. It's stolen by Bailey. And finished off by Bailey.
Love the recognition. Realizes that one is all him.
Yeah, beating everyone up the floor and finishes off the break.
And as we head to the final buzzer here, a crushing blowout, big-time dominance, and this will go in the record books as a gaudy win for Minnesota.
This was a team performing to its fullest capability.
A hugely satisfying win, a game that not many will soon forget, and on the other side, one that I think most will try to forget.
And it'll mark their 4th win on the year, actually their 5th win on the year.
And continued dominance against this team, winning both of their matchups this season. Inspired tonight. They fought hard and at crucial points just made the play.
Yeah, they saved their best basketball for this home stretch, and they certainly earned this one.
And I love the fact that he didn't have to slow down or adjust there. The pass was just timed perfectly.
Pass to Juzang. And here's Ellis from beyond the arc. Kessler with the rebound. 2 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. George passes to Bailey. Now here's Markkanen. Rebounded by Freeman. Now here's Paul. And so it's the Timberwolves taking care of business here. This crowd was stunned by the manner in which their team was dismantled.
You know what? Shocking. I don't care what the matchup is. You never expect a road team to come in and just cruise to the kind of win they did tonight.
Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Greg Anthony, Allie LaForce, and Stan Van Gundy, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks so much for joining us here tonight. And as we leave you, we give you our player of the game, Dante DiVincenzo.